In the last lecture, you mentioned God did not create the tree that bears the forbidden fruit. Adam and Eve eating the fruit is a metaphor. The ancestors of humanity couldn't have acquired original sin, fallen, and generated evil minds such as desire and envy simply by eating a fruit. But aren't you modifying the Bible? Is this okay?
God's salvation for humanity unfolds in 3 steps. The first step is the Old Testament era, also known as the Age of Law. Through Moses, God imparted moral standards to humanity, establishing the 10 Commandments, which are the conditions for continuing to be reincarnated as humans. The second step is the New Testament era, or the Age of Grace. Through Christ, God taught humanity the gospel of the kingdom and the commandments for entering heaven. This allowed everyone who has heard the gospel in the past 2,000 years to accumulate merits for entering heaven. However, in these 2,000 years, few people have met the conditions for entering heaven. In the New Testament, Christ taught many truths not mentioned in the Old Testament. The third step is the Age of Truth. When Christ returns, he will teach humanity more and deeper truths, enabling them to unlock greater wisdom. During this period, many people will enter heaven. The reason for imparting more and deeper truths only during the third step is that, before this, humanity had not accumulated sufficient merits and lacked wisdom. Hence, they couldn't understand profound truths. The human heart is stubborn and difficult to change. Some people don't want to listen to teachings. Some would like to listen but cannot understand. Some can understand but cannot apply them. Some can apply them but cannot do them well. So, God, being speechless, has to do it step by step. For we know in part and we prophesy in part. The book of Genesis was recorded by the Israelite prophet after receiving revelations from God. Since the project of creating the world is very complex, beyond human understanding, God used metaphors to explain it. The sinful nature, original sin, of living beings is also accumulated life after life. However, people at that time couldn't understand it, so God used the metaphor of eating the forbidden fruit to convey it. But when that which is perfect comes, that which is limited shall pass away. That which is perfect refers to the returning Christ, who will reveal all truths. When I was a child, I spoke as a child, understood as a child, and thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. This verse conveys that we are like children, lacking the abilities to think and understand like adults. Therefore, at that time, Christ couldn't share too many truths with us. After 2,000 years, we should have grown up and discarded childish words and thoughts. Now we seem to look through a glass, dimly and vaguely, like solving riddles, but then we will see face to face. What I know now is limited, but then I will know fully, just as the Lord knows me. If the returning Christ doesn't share higher and deeper truths with us, we will be like watching things through a blurry lens, unable to see the truth clearly. Back then, Christ said, "I have much more to say to you, more than you can now bear." But when He, the Spirit of truth, comes, He will guide you into all truth. He will not speak on His own. He will speak only what He hears, and He will tell you what is yet to come. That's all for this lecture.